When most people think of Journey, they think of a cheesy pop rock group that embodies the sound and styles of 80s rock. Most people fail to recognize, however, that Journey is a musical Frankenstein made up of members from multiple legendary rock groups. The group began their journey in 1973 when former Santana manager Herbie Herbert took guitar player Neil Schon and keyboardist Gregg Rolie from the then defunct group and threw them together with bassist Ross Valory and rhythm guitarist George Tickner of Frumious Bandersnatch. Perry Prince of the Tubes rounded out the group as the drummer. Originally called the Golden Gate Rhythm Section, the group intended to serve as a top-tier backing crew for artists coming through the Bay Area, but quickly ditched this idea and developed a distinctive jazz fusion style. After an unsuccessful radio contest to rename the group, a roadie suggested the name Journey, and it stuck. After the band's first public appearance on New Year's Eve 1973, Perry Prince left the group to rejoin the Tubes, and Ainsley Dunbar joined the group to fill the gap on the drums. After securing a recording contract with Columbia Records in 1974, the group went on to produce a couple of commercially unsuccessful albums in the subsequent years. After record sales failed to improve by 1977, Columbia Records ordered a change in the group's style, pushing them in a more pop-oriented direction akin to Foreigner and Boston. Herbie Herbert hired Roy Thomas Baker, a producer famous for his work with Queen, in order to add a more layered sound to the group. In late 1977, Journey hired Steve Perry as their new lead singer. With the change in frontman and new producer, the group went on to release the album Infinity in 1978, which contained Wheel in the Sky, the band's first bona fide hit. Later that year, Herbie Herbert fired Ainsley Dunbar and replaced him with Berkeley-trained jazz drummer Steve Smith. Perry, Schon, Rolie, Smith, and Valory recorded Evolution in 1979, which gave the band their first top 20 single, Lovin', Touchin', Squeezin'. After touring for their new album Departure in 1980, keyboardist Gregg Rolie left the band and Stevie Keys Roseman replaced him, swapping out Rolie's Hammond B3 organ sound for his collection of synthesizers. These synthesizers later defined Journey's sound on their following albums. The group released Escape in 1981, and immediately the album became a mainstream success due to hits like Who's Cryin' Now, Open Arms, and perhaps the band's most well-known song, Don't Stop Believin'. Their 1983 album, Frontiers, also yielded hits such as Separate Ways and Faithfully. Despite commercial success, critics gave each of the band's albums one-star reviews, calling their music a dead end for Bay Area rock. After the height of their success, bassist Ross Valory and drummer Steve Smith were fired due to musical and professional differences. In 1988, Columbia released the Greatest Hits album, which remains Journey's best-selling record.